So, beginning of section B for 1315 youth. I remind you that I'm just sharing with you some tips on how you can start working on these figures, and all of the technical things will be reviewed and set on stone on October 3rd. So let's begin for today's figure. It looks like an element, really. In my view, it looks like an element. So it's a good way to transition or start preparing 1315 to juniors. So let's look. It's a whip, continuous spin, 720. So if 720 you have a doubt, it's 2 spins, but it's a continuous spin. So then of course you get to the ankle and then under. You can see that the first part you have already 1315 has already worked on the first part. From a front layout position, show this position, show the front pike or get to the front pike position. Legs are lifted to the vertical, right? So then when they are lifted to the vertical, that's like like what we know as purpose, right? Like that, but it's not, that's not the name of the transition. It's just the legs are lifted, but it's the name of the figure that we already know, right? And then one leg is lowered, and this is the important, rapidly to a fishtail position, which is not, doesn't go underwater, just stays on the surface and then goes up. And without a pause, it's lifted to the vertical position. So it's supposed to be fast. Tum tum, right? From this, without a pause, again, you do a continuous spin, 720 is executed. So then you join, and then you do half a spin, half a spin, half a spin, and then under, okay? So first from here, half, half, that's 1, half, half, that's 2, and the under, okay? So then the major part is really about control this figure, like how much, like usually when we work on this whip, the upper leg moves. So that's the main thing, to maintain the tension on that leg, learning to maintain the tension. So I will give some tips now. And that is one of the parts that have the highest numerical value, but the most is the 720. Everyone has done spins before in 1315 for Purpose and Oceania. So you should already kind of know how to control the spins, and if not, you can visit past spin figures, because I have already talked about giving some tips there. So I will be talking about the whip here. On Purpose, maybe a little too. Let's look at the figure then. So today I have Carmina. She's my my 1315 swimmer from the Philippines. I'm really proud of her development and progress, and she will be showing us today the figure. Okay, so from a layout position, we still have some things to work, and she knows it. We're gonna show this pike position, heels dry, straight body right underneath the hip. From there, make sure that you support your legs, and hopefully not with the body, but just the support skull. You get to the vertical, show the vertical, and then whip, whip, and begin to spin right away. Tune, tune. And she was short of the spin, but we're gonna work on that, and it's no problem. We're gonna work on that. So my suggestion is that for example, for the lift in this part of the figure, make sure that you keep your heels dry, because what judges want is to watch your hips staying as dry as possible for the longest time ever. And of course, the design of the body right underneath the hip. So take your hands towards the knees, support the weight right from there. Do not support from your heels or your ankles or things like that. And then make sure that you use your glutes and your thigh, and not your thighs, your glutes and your hamstrings to lift the leg. You can develop this sensation with jogs on the wall. You can put weights on, which is really hard with weights, so use little weights, but just is about awakening the sensation of the press up, right? And then for the whip, I will definitely suggest also to use jogs. So then you lift, make sure that your hands are right underneath the hip. From here, boom, boom. So then maybe it got cut, so I will try to show you. Oh. Yeah, I got a little bit cut. Even in my video, it got cut, so sorry. So make sure that you use jogs with this figure and practice a lot just the control of the leg down, leg up. Put weight on this leg with jogs. It's okay. It's not much harm. Make sure that you push through the ankle all the way to the sky or the ceiling, wherever you're training. And when this legs goes down, then you can focus mostly on the leg that stays on the vertical for stability, right? I would definitely suggest to not go all the way through in the beginning. I will suggest that you just go like halfway through. Even I'm doing it with my fingers and this one moves. So for sure you will have that in the water. Try doing it on land if you control your tripod positions. If you have a feet up, make sure that you go on the feet up and work with your weight, because it is about isolating the move, right? Isolating the move with the body and then controlling the height with your support as much as possible. So if you can, again, separate those efforts, that's going to be really, really great. So little tip, if you haven't seen my videos for the spins, I suggest that you put a pull buoy on top of the head. I suggest that you, if you're one that falls down the height really fast, make sure that you kind of skull up. Make sure you train your torpedo or totem skulls. And yes, short and sweet for today. Hope you like it, and let's stay in touch. Take care. Bye.